Hello, my name is Jawan Guo, and I'm here to talk about the pros and the cons of Globish. First of all, please allow me to introduce myself and my work experience. Uh, I During my PhD program, I act as a teaching assistant for the general education course Western Literary Canon in the English Department of the National Zhenji University. My role included organizing student grades and distributing final school reports at the end of each semester. I have developed interpersonal skills through my dealings with undergraduate students, teachers, and staff members. I have also acted as a research assistant for Professor Eva Chen's academic project called Popular Culture and Chick Literature in the English Department. In this project, we aim to raise awareness of female readership in the market of literary consumption. I have a very good command of English and a solid understanding of American and Western culture backgrounds, including the history of Western literature. I have been doing several part-time positions in National Taipei University of Technology, National Central University, and Taiwan Police College, Xixing University, and the Medical Center of the National Defense. As I teach English and I been involved in the courses of general education regarding literature and the culture. And so in addition to my English teaching, I have been a research assistant in the Taiwan Research Association and the National Academy for English Research. For the moment, I have made attempt to develop new skill set by taking courses on Java coding at my own expenses in order to build an online database for English learning. It is my ambition to promote educational sustainability through information technology. So let's begin the topic. What is Globish, and what are the pros and the cons of Globish? Hello everyone. Here I begin to talk about Globish. Globish is a concept, promoted by Jean-Paul Nahieb in 1995. Jean-Paul Nahieb promoted Globish in 1995 to facilitate the trade within the global village, which is no longer dominated by native English speaker. It is to say the native speaker only occupy 11.3% of the entire humanity. According to Nahieb, English is neither a single language nor a unified one. So far, just 45 nations in the world has adopted English to be one among their official speaking tongues. Therefore, the sense of inferiority among non-native speakers is quite harmful to the construction of a fair international platform. Globish, in short, is a universal vehicle of communication with several distinct characteristics that deserve attention despite stemming from English. It requires the users of Globish to familiarize themselves only with 1,500 words in order to communicate in a clear, low-context way that benefits the business transaction. In other words, it is the native speaker who should make effort to communicate instead of cashing on their privilege by birthright, while the majority of English speakers are oppressed as well as pigeonholed in an outdated ideology which is anything but liberating or convenient. The supposed superiority of a native speaker has contributed to an illusion of inferiority among non-native speakers because the 88.7% of the entire world population these people are non-native speakers. Moreover, the use of body language is required in the communication of Globish. As we all are actors in the global village, we chose to live in or choose to take part in. Subtle expressiveness as well as figures of speech should be avoided at all costs to eliminate any unnecessary cross-cultural discourse. Accents should be embraced for a sense of linguistic democracy. No one, particularly native speakers, are entitled to blamelessness by birthright concerning international exchange. However, some dismiss the theory that Globish as an alibi for laziness and semi-linguality, meaning the person has a poor vocabulary and a wrong grammar in all the languages, is no less harmful than monolinguality. To force children and the teens into an artificially made bilingual environment is naturally a key to prosperity in a globalized world. 400 languages are existing in the world, while the 90% of them are likely to disappear due to the popularization of English language. Thus, I suggest Globish to be acquired only among adults who has had already a solid foundation of their own non-English native tongue, as well as methods to decolonize the remains of Anglo-American imperialism that has spanned for centuries. Thank you so much for listening. I very much look forward to a brighter future where people of all cultures and races can communicate on equal food stands. I'm Dr. Jiawen Guo. This is my opinion on Globish, and I wish everybody to learn some Globish, but also we must remember that we cannot be limited by Globish, and we also must have a very solid foundation of our own culture, our own language. Okay, thank you very much for listening. So after the talk about the pros and cons of Globish, now we shall talk about how to teach Globish. To begin with, we need to understand our students. We need to know about their thinkings. We ask ourselves. We ask as teachers some questions. What are private students' purpose in learning English? How do they feel about English? How much time would they like to spend on learning English? The things up. Item 1, English is perceived as a job improvement tool. Item 2, English is an improvement of both time and energy with a perceived layout. Item 3, private English school should attempt to shape a product that matches the 90% student expectation of having English as a tool. Item 4, there will be conflict between academic and business definition. Item 5, there is probably a common denominator of enough English that can emerge from this dialectic situation. Item 6, private English school and the tutor should tailor English courses to the investment expectation of the students and the true requirement of English usage in business at home and abroad. So we see the diagram over there. So our student is very goal oriented. They want to work. And they want to work and make money. And they want to be efficient. They want their learning to be efficient. So what is enough? What is enough English? English may be used in non-English speaking country with non-native speaker, and different sets of standards may emerge. For instance, a lesson that emphasis on idioms and perhaps a core set of statistically must use the words in English to form the core of the learning. And also, to begin teaching about Globish, we need to make students learn well the basic 350 words most used in our common conversation. They are just 350 words, and then we just increase to, and then we increase, and then we expand to 1,500 words. Of course, there are many arguments, but the myths about Globish. Okay, according to the Cambridge Dictionary, one of the definitions for the word myth is a false idea. A commonly believed but a false idea is called myth. So what is the misconception about Globish? What are the myths about Globish? Globish is broken English. No, Globish is not. That's why we have to be a good teacher and helping students to learn correct English. Okay, Globish is not correct English. No, Globish is correct English, and we can actually speak good Globish. And of course, if the student want to be advanced and actually learning English in a more culture advanced way, why not? They can go to English speaking country to study in university. So there's no start for you to be better. However, we want to make you start easier. So the ideal is to using a few words. But better, you are better by using a few words only. Okay, so one of the example like how to teach Globish. For example, the word incorrect, you can just say not correct. Unhappy, you can say unhappy. Renew, you can say make new again. Return, you can say turn back. Review, you can say before review. And how about some words like with profound meaning? How you simplify, how you just make it more accessible. For example, the word friendship, you can say aboundable friends. The word government, you can say an organization for governing. Singer, you can say a person who sings. Freedom, you can say a state of being free. And also, it's not limited, the study of Globish is not limited to non-native speaker. Native speaker can also participate in the learning of Globish to become better communicator in terms of business and other aspects of life. Thank you so much for your listening of my presentation. I'm Dr. Zhang Guo.